Good afternoon. Today I'm going to continue working on a project I started yesterday. I am going out to the warehouse side yard and installing irrigation there along the side of the warehouse and behind the warehouse along the building itself. And I'm going to be planting sunflowers and dahlias from seed out there. We are barely coming into our warm period here. The next couple months will actually be warmer than the previous few, and people tend to go to the beach on Thanksgiving around here, so it stays warm into November, and so we have a couple more months left to get some production out of our gardens. So I'm gonna go work on getting that irrigation set up. I do have a new timer and a new system that I'm not sure if it'll work or not. It's new to me, but I want to try switching to timers that you can work through your phone, because otherwise I have to go run around the yard and check on the batteries on all my timers around the yard, and that's it's just a lot of running around. So I'm going to go continue to work on the irrigation, and then we'll see if I have time to get the seeds in the ground. If not, I will do it tomorrow. And I'm noticing as I go around that many of the seeds that I plant get eaten by birds. So I was kind of thinking I might leave some weed cover, some cover of the full-grown weeds above where I'm planting some of these seeds. The first year we lived here, I had excellent results with a 50-foot wall of sunflowers here behind me. This whole thing from about here all the way down, I had it as sunflowers. And that was great. And I thought, oh, I'll do that next year. And I planted them all and none came up. Not one. I didn't get one sunflower. And then this spring, after my leg, the first time I started walking around the garden, we found that full-grown sunflower in our rain gutter. So that's where they're going. The birds are getting them. And I have watched birds go and literally pick up the seeds that I have just sown. So we have birds that dig and birds that scratch. And so I have to get creative as to how I'm going to get it to work. I like starting things from seed. It's much more economical than starting than plants. And you can do it. You can start seeds indoors, and I've done it, and I have a bunch I need to plant, but it's an awful lot of work. And it just would be great to be able to direct sow things that should be able to direct sow if you don't have sneaky birds like I do. So anyway, that was long. I'm going to go out and get working on that irrigation, and if I get far enough on it today, I'll put the seeds in today. If not, we will have a day 3 of this adventure. Sometimes it takes a long time to get projects done, and you have an hour maybe out of your day to go work on something. That's what I'm doing. I had an hour yesterday and I went out and started irrigation. Today I have a couple hours, so I'm going to go out and see if I can get it finished and figure out that new timer. And it just little incremental change in your garden will, create beauty. So, or food, or both. So, off we go. So I have a timer here that comes off the building, and it runs and it covers this whole side over here and goes down that run for a while. I really have made quite a shmoo of all my irrigation lines, but so I think what I'm going to do is actually cut this one off that goes this way, and I'm going to put a new timer on the back of the building. And I have no idea why this wood is there. But I'm going to try this smart beehive smart timer, because I would like to be able to control it on my phone or know, is it running, is it not running, how's the battery life, etc. So I'm going to try that one on this. And I have my 1/2-inch drip, which has, it's 100 foot, and I think it's every 18 inches or every 12 inches. Doesn't say, but think it's every 12, and then I have some supply line, which is half-inch supply line. Sorry about the shadows. And then I have all my connectors and tools, and mainly what I think I'm gonna need are gonna be tees. So I got more tees and the ends, the figure eights. So I'll show you all that when I get there. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna come off this line for now, knowing that I'm gonna cut it and tie that end. I do wanna run a little loop through that area. I just planted those agaves and the aloe over there, but that may be on this. Anyway, it's all really kind of complicated trying to run irrigation and figure out what you want to have running with what. But I just need to get started. Okay, so that at least ties this set of aloes and agaves in with this set of aloes and agaves. And then I'm gonna, not today, but later I will cut this line. I do have 3 figs, and these 2 fruit trees here are on this line right now. There's a loquat, an apple, and then 3 figs on the back. Oh, and then 2 honeysuckles on the arbors back there. So I am, however, it's gonna look kind of messy, but I'm gonna come off this probably with 1, 2, 3 lines of flowers, and I'll probably start it right about here, because eventually these aloes and agaves are totally going to fill in this area, and I do need to be able to walk through here to get to the irrigation timer. So I'll probably start right about here with 1, 2, 3 lines. Normally this wood pile isn't here, it's literally in the middle of the path. So normally the path would go more through the middle of that wood pile and then curve that way. So I should have room for 3 lines of flowers on this side, which should work. And then I think I'm gonna come in off of this with a few more lines of irrigation going through there to plant. I have so many seedlings started, I need to find spots to put them in that'll work. And eventually this will be the end of the run, so I don't actually want to come off the end of the run with my irrigation lines. I want to come off more toward the start of the run, so that's going to be over here. I'm going to tie the, can't see it from here, but back in there, there's another spigot on the wall of the building. There are 3 figs back here. 1, 2 in the middle, can't see it, 3. And so I have an irrigation line running along here. So I'm going to tie into this end of it. And you're right about here-ish. And run 1, 2, 3 irrigation lines down this side. And then I also need to have another line along this whole wall. And eventually I'll get it across here and then have lines in this area for food and flowers. It's a long process. So the drip that I use, it's kind of hard to see, but it's 1 gallon per hour pressure. So I have 2 lines over there that are the drip, brown lines. And then I have 1 line that's the supply line. And rather than wasting material and putting another line of the brown here, what I'm going to do is put 1 gallon per hour emitters every 12 inches on the supply line here. And then also this supply line currently comes from this faucet, and I'm going to cut it off and go to one behind the warehouse here. So just trying to figure out which way I'm going to go first. Probably finish this end first. So this back area back here, I just recently started developing it. I put these 2 arbors here, and I do plan to have a kind of a hedge here to create a separate space. What we have back here right now are 3 fig trees and a whole ton of weeds. I have planted things along the fence. You can barely see some of them because the weeds are bigger. But this is where we have another hose bib coming up. Whoops. So I am going to try this new timer on this one rather, and see if I like it. So this is what I have: a beehive, Wi-Fi hose, faucet, and timer. And if you're going to get this system, you have to get the one that has the beehive Wi-Fi control included, or else you can't control it. What does that say? Plug into an indoor, does that say? No, indoor outlet within 100 feet of your, so we'll go inside the building and plug one in on the inside there somewhere. But now to connect it. Okay, so this here is actually a drawer, battery drawer that pulls out. Okay. And then see if this will just connect. A little wonky. Haha, well, it's closed. That's good. I may find that all of this is leaking, but this is the connector. It connects a screw-in connector here from a 3/4 hose. Where's the camera? So this is the connector. It screws into the outlet there. And then this is a push connector for your 1/2-inch supply hose. Gonna go find an outlet inside and plug this in. Here's the man.
Hi.
For me to get his credit. He awesomely weeded back here. This morning, all of that.
It's not that big a deal.
Was over here.
Let's not make a
between
big
here
thing
and
out of
there.
it.
Let's not make a big thing about it. Just.
I'll do the rest tomorrow though.
Okay. Yeah, so that helps because I'm finally can access this irrigation timer. Yeah, there's just a little bit more that way.
What's the best method for pulling weeds, do you think? Standing up like this? Or do you get down on your knees and...
You do a chair. You're not actually fully just standing there bending. You rest. This is what I do. You rest one arm on your leg.
I was doing that, but I couldn't last more than an hour.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But we have these worker guys that'll do it for hours and hours.
I don't know. I think he kneels.
Like 6 hours.
I don't
No,
know.
he's down on his knees.
Okay, there you
I
go.
believe, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I just do this. I rest on one leg, my arms.
Yeah, that's
and
what
then
I was
can...
doing also, but it's still like
It's kind of like
super
that,
hard
you
work.
know, that move at the gym, the lunge, this lunge.
Yeah.
It's like that. Works your triceps. See? Triceps. Okay, so that is now hooked up, and it's hooked up to this. Kind of wiggled it out. I needed to trim it a little more, but it is what it is. So it's all ready to go. I do notice that it's leaking though, so I'm gonna have to probably go get plumber's tape. So yesterday I got this done. This is day 3 of this project. This is on, and it didn't run this morning, but I was able to run it manually. So we'll see if it runs tomorrow morning. But now I'm gonna connect my drip line. I'm gonna connect a drip line going this way at the back of this, in between the gravel and the dirt, kind of in the middle of this run here. And then I have to finish weeding this direction, and then I will put a run there, and then we can seed this whole area. Okay, so I have another, just gonna use a T, connect right about here. And there we go. Okay, plants, seeds rather. So I have some sunflowers. I have dwarf teddy bear, which gets 3 feet tall. I have a mixed color sunflower, and these ones say 4.5 feet tall. Helle Sonnebloom sunflower. Let's see how tall. Height 2 to 3 feet, so these are short also. Then I have evening sunflower, 6 feet, so that's going to go at the back. Mammoth Russian, now these get really tall, these get 12 feet, I think 7 to 12 feet. And a red sunflower, 4 to 6 feet. And a lemon queen, which gets 5 to 6 feet. And then fun sunny hybrid mix, 4 to 6 feet. So fun mix of different colors of sunflowers. And then I have multiple different types of dahlias from seed. These are open pollinated from Triple Wren. They'll get 3 to 5 feet tall, mixed colors. I have a giant hybrid mix from Johnny Seeds, height 40 to 60. I have Figaro White Dahlia from Eden Brothers. It gets 18 inches, so this is a short one. And then more of the triple red. And then I also got some Swan Island Dahlia seeds. Whoopsie-doo. I'm dropping the seed containers here. So it's 100 mixed dahlias. Open centered, random sizes and colors. So I have a lot of those. So in the sunniest spots back here and along the building, I just want to beautify it a little bit. I will be planting more food back here once I can get it set up, but for now we're going to do some flowers just along the building. I'm going to put a mix of the dahlias in here, just see what I get, see what comes out. That's going to do it for today. I hope I've put the seeds deep enough and everything that the birds won't get them all, because that would be a shame, but I'm so glad I got this irrigation run out here. It's been a really long time coming. Eventually I'll get that side of this area planted with food. Corn and those kinds of things would do well out here. So for now though, ice water, put my legs up and put ice on my knees, and that's the order of my day. So thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great day, and I will catch up with you next time. Bye-bye.